What's going on, ladies and DeGents? Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of the Distinguished DeGents podcast, your one in many homes of degenerate gambling. I am one half of the Distinguished DeGents. My name is Steve. Big Bucks a Beta. Joining me as always, it is my co-host, my partner in gambling. I see three dots. So co-host, partner. What are we calling you today?
Nameless. That's what I'm calling me. Because I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I'm nameless. It's been a struggle.
Hold on, we'll try it.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah, what a rough month. My co-host, and by the way, his name he formerly went by was Jason Money Mansman, but
Not
nameless here. We got a lot of games to go through for week 7, but we have two topics we really need to go over. Let's go over first. I think I'm going to go over the donkey of the week for week 6. So the Distinguished DeGents donkey of the week. I don't have the soundbite. That's okay. It is Jaden Daniels for fumbling the football in the fourth quarter on the last drive to end up losing to the Chicago Bears, where I fucking come in and say fade of the week, fade the Commanders, would have had the Bears at 4.5 at a lock, essentially. But no, I listened to my co-host. He tells me it's a donkey play. It's a bad bet. Just go with the Commanders. And I was like, you know what? Like, he feels strong about it. I wasn't that confident. Let me backtrack and listen to him. Wow. Jaden literally blows the game. Chicago not only covers, they do win on Monday Night Football. What was your reaction? What the hell? First of all, what was your original thinking with taking the Commanders in this spot? And then tell us your thoughts going through this game and afterwards. And like, this is like the definition of how it's been.
Well, the Bears haven't been good. They've won luckily against some bad teams. They beat literally the same score. They beat the Raiders, and Washington is much better than the Raiders. And this is why I'm ... Another game, 90% to win, 80% to win, and then they fumble because that's been me this year. The Rams are going to cover, block field goal for a touchdown. The Packers are going to 10-0, going to win easy. I'm going to make money. Fumble, interception, I lose. That's my year this year. Every freaking game that could go against me has gone against me. Every single freaking time. Fumbles, interceptions, stupid plays. Arizona, the week before to knock me out of Survivor. Like, I'm 90% in every game, and I lose.
Okay.
What can I say? 90% in every game. Every time.
We're going to move on to the next topic. I'm pissed at you, but I feel like this game I kind of got a little redemption here for our Caser bet. We got to talk about Thursday Night Football, a.k.a. the Icy Hot Bowl. Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco. You ended up on the side of Pittsburgh. I ended up taking the Bengals plus the 5.5.
Good pick, by the way. Good pick.
Thank you. Listen, this is my real quick take on that game because we really didn't handicap. We didn't give anything out. We usually don't do the Thursday night games. Here was my thinking. Like, this was almost borderline my fade of the week. I ended up on a different side. However, like, my thinking was like, I didn't know what was going to be more important. The fact of it being Aaron Rodgers in at quarterback finally, or if this was just going to be, do we fade Tomlin as a big road favorite against a divisional opponent? And lo and behold, time and time again, some things change, some things stay the same. Fading Tomlin as a big divisional road favorite tends to print you money every time. And that was the side I went on. And ultimately with the Bengals, what I saw from Joe Flacco when he played against Green Bay gave me a light of hope for them. And I'll leave it at this, and I'm going to get more into the Cleveland side later. I don't want to hear ever again Joe Burrow has no help. I don't want to hear how the Bengals struggling moving forward is because Joe Burrow has no assistance. Old man, 40-year-old Joe Flacco comes in 2 weeks' notice, literally puts up over 300 passing yards on a Pittsburgh defense, literally figures out who his number one target is in Jamar Chase, throws it to him 23 times, lands for what was it, 16?
16, 161.
Like sometimes these OCs just overthink it, but no, you know what Joe Flacco did? All right, fuck it. Is the run game going to work? No. All right, who's my number one? Fuck it. I'm throwing it to him. I'm 40 years old. And Jamar Chase does Jamar Chase things, has a career game. And lo and behold, you're winning fucking games. Like, this is the same O-line. This is the same receiving core Joe Burrow had last year. Burrow was a losing team. They were not a playoff team. The way Flacco played, and granted it's Pittsburgh, granted it's 1 week, but even with the way he played against Green Bay, the Bengals have life again with Joe Burrow. Or not with Joe Burrow, with Joe Flacco. Which it's crazy to think, but that was my big takeaway from this game. And that was why I picked Cincinnati. It was like, ultimately, I'm going to fade Tomlin, but I think Joe Flacco, with this offense, like, if he just does what he did against Green Bay, they'll cover this, no problem.
I said it off air. I'm going to say it again. What's killing me about this year and what I don't understand, who is the best team in football? Like, I have never seen a year where teams are so inconsistent. And don't get me wrong, credit to you. And it was, I mean, it's clean for you. Like, really, the Steelers start off the game very strong. And then, boy, oh boy, a couple turnovers. And there you have it. Game changed on a dime. But so clean win for the Bengals. I just don't know who the best team is. It seems like there's so much inconsistency in this league. I just cannot for the life of me figure it out. I just don't. It's like none of these teams can keep momentum. Every time you write a team off for dead, and Cincinnati looked like a good team there for a while, and they just come out on Thursday and win a massive game. I just can't figure out the league this year. Just can't figure it out.
I mean, don't get me, like, I don't think anybody anticipated how good this game was going to be on Thursday night. I know I certainly didn't. Quite frankly, I expected this game to lay a fucking egg and both quarterbacks to come out real bad. But no, like I mean, I'm just looking at the scoring drives here. It was 17-10 going into the half. Evan McPherson makes it 20-10, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, this honestly could be a wash. Like, I think this is the spot where Pittsburgh just starts fucking dying. But no, Aaron Rodgers, here he comes. Starts remembering who he is. He gets the touchdown to Pat Freiermuth. Then comes down Joe Flacco. It was just like, old man Flacco doesn't overthink it. 1, Jamar Chase. 2, second option. 3, get rid of it. Sometimes, and like, even with Chase Brown, it was like, you're going to run these run plays, but if he gets stuffed, okay, I'm not going to try this 2 more times. We did this shit in Cleveland. Didn't work here. We'll try something else. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if these OCs are just overthinking the league now. I don't know if it's an incompetence with these new quarterbacks, but I mean, honestly, that whole game, no team was dead. Which makes it a great game, but I think that's like another reason why I thought, you know what, I'm taking the 5.5. I don't know if this is going to be a game where either team is going to be like dead going into the fourth. And sure, shit, even with the Steelers, like I thought they were going to be close to dead. They ended up taking a late lead, and with 2 minutes to go, I'm like, God dang, like I might get this cover, but is Cincy really going to drive and get this win? Are they really going to pull the upset off? And just lately, dogs in this spot pull it through at the end. They get the win, and once again, that's what we're seeing here. So, I mean, on the other note of that, like the Vegas books are just raking in money like no other from these types of games. I mean, a lot of money probably came in on Pittsburgh. A lot of fucking parlays, survivor picks may have been killed. And once again, a Thursday night dog, a dead dog at that, like a dead dog that was written off, comes away with the win once again. Just crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. Great.
All right, Money Management. We have 14 games for week 7. We have one more London game. We have another Monday night doubleheader. Oh, God. Last time we almost went 2 hours, but what's your big takeaway for week 7? Because I dubbed this fight week. This is just my interpretation, and then I'm going to let you go. Last week was War on the Books. I ended up profiting. I know you fucking struggled, so I'm kind of issuing you a personal challenge this week because you talked me out of Washington. You talked me out of Chicago.
Be better.
I want you to be better, but this is something like we've done it. Like, this is the silliest thing I could ever admit, and I'm not going to confirm where I did this, but think of it this way. I'm going to throw you an Elmo doll with every argument you make, and I'm going to make you explain to Elmo in the world here why you're going to pick the side you are and why you think it makes sense moving forward, especially if we disagree. Because it seems like lately I've been on the right side, you've been on the wrong side, despite the fact you're 90% in these games.
No, but not this year. I feel like, although to be fair, I feel like heads up, we've been 50-50 for the most part. But
that's fair.
Yeah. Look, it's better to be challenged, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, no, I mean, look, I don't know. It's weird because I feel like even the Steelers game, I feel like both defenses were going to struggle. I didn't expect the Steelers to just, be a shutdown. But I thought that maybe what would happen is the Steelers would kind of get up big early. And it looked like it was headed that way. And then...
Yes, it did.
Like, I thought the Steelers were going to get up big early. Cincinnati would kind of claw back. And then the Steelers would sort of just get a late touchdown to get the cover. I didn't think the number was all that high. And then, it just didn't work out. But the scoring was there. So I don't know. It's weird because I feel like I've told you before, I'm either good at fantasy or good at betting. And I have been tremendous in fantasy this year. And betting, I just can't fucking hack it. I just don't understand.
Okay, last point before we go into these games. And this was something I wanted to bring up on the Thursday night game. How does Arthur Smith, the OC for Pittsburgh, you literally trade for a new wide receiver 1. You get rid of George Pickens. You bring in DK Metcalf. How do you only target him 5 times in this game? 4 of which in the first half. You're telling me he had 1 target in the second half that entire game. Just indefensible at this. Again, this is my argument of some of these coaches are just overthinking. Or they're just not thinking at all. I can't make of it. And that's why, I think some of these games, we're going to look at this and be like, you're going to defend this coach. You're going to defend this side. Are you sure? And I feel like you're going to say that to me more than anything.
I think it's kind of unfair just because Pittsburgh's offense, they got 31 points. Their defense was They let Joe Flacco throw for 342. Jamar Chase basically rubbed his nuts in their face. Hard to really blame the Steelers offense in the game.
Fair enough.
All
All right,
right,
you ready to get into week 7?
we went 2 hours last week. We haven't even started yet, so we better get moving.
All right, 15 minutes, 14 games, week 7. We start in London, England. This time around, if it even pops up. Come on. There we go. We're going to Wembley Stadium this time in London. It's the LA.
Oh, if you're there, buddy, you went out. We might have lost Big Bucks.
Nope, we're back.
Oh, there he's back. He's back.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks. All right. The London Jags are a 3-point dog, technically the designated home team. The Rams are a 3-point favorite. Minus 170 for the Rams, plus 145 for the Jags. 44.5 is the total. Triple dot, no name guy. I'm going to give you the honors of kicking the show off because I'm going to make you defend your picks. I'm going to really dig in. I hope you do the same for me. What's the side here?
Okay. I have a feeling I am going to get roasted very early and that you're going to come after me right away because I feel like I am going completely against the numbers here. I'm going to make this my fade of the week. I am fading the Los Angeles Rams. I am going with the Jacksonville Jaguars plus the 3. I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say already. I'll let you say it. Here's my thinking on the game. We know that the Jags have experience playing overseas in international games. The Rams are coming off that win against the ghost of the Baltimore Ravens in a game that they didn't look particularly great in. I just think this is going to be a close game. Jags have been very good on the turnover differential. I think they'll keep control of the ball. Rams have been pretty good too. Both have plus turnover differentials. But in terms of like the underlying numbers, I think these teams are pretty even. And you look at the Rams, and there's a lot of people who have said that maybe the Rams are the best team in the league. But this was a team that lost to the Niners not too long ago on Thursday Night Football, the Mac Jones-led Niners. I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars are a bad team. I think this is a spot for them in London. I just see this being a tight game, and this feels like one of those games where everybody and their mother is going to run to bet the Rams. They're great against the AFC. They've won 7 straight against the AFC. I think they've only lost 1 time against the Jaguars in their history. All the numbers point to them. Money Mansman for the past 4 weeks has been betting teams like the Rams, these 3.5 point favorites, and every single time they've lost. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to be aggressive. The only way I'm going to get out of this hole is to dig myself out with aggressive picks. I always look for the Jaguars in London, and especially the Jaguars as an underdog in this spot. They've been there since Tuesday. Give me Jacksonville to, at the very least, keep it close, if not win this game outright. I got a good feeling. No Puka Nacua. Yeah. I think we got a chance with the Jags here. I'm going with the Jags.
All right, I won't give you too much grief. In terms of your pick with the Jags, I'm not going to give you too much grief. Here's what I'm going to say, though. I don't understand why people are going to go around and, I've also heard the argument this is a perfect Jag spot. Oh, well, the Jags are in London. This is the London Jags. This is their team. Well, I looked at some trends. I looked at some numbers. You mentioned the Rams historically own the Jags. You mentioned 7 straight wins, but you didn't mention the 7 straight covers the Rams have against the AFC going back to 2021. You didn't really mention how the Jags, they're only 7-6 in London. They're only 5-5 in Wembley. So already 50% just to win. And now, mind you, the cover's at 3. So, like, basically slightly over 50% that, they'll cover the 3, but the Rams historically cover in this spot, albeit this is neutral site. Rams have also gone 7-1 straight up against the AFC South. They're 5-3 ATS with 5 straight covers there. And the Jags, though, like, against this NFC side, really, really bad. They're 1-6 ATS and straight up against the NFC West going back to 2020. Although they did just beat that same San Francisco Niners team on the road earlier this year. Then they randomly beat Carolina week 1. But, I think for me, I just hate that the sharp's all over the Jags here. I test aside. You're right. I get it. The Rams seem like they're kind of on their way cratering downwards. And, this is the same Rams team. People are like, this could be the best team in football, but they're coming off a real dud performance against the Ravens last week, where the Ravens they're a dead team. I mean, especially without Lamar Jackson, the Ravens are a dead team. They only put up 17, and that was with Puka Nacua. And now I got to take them -3 in London against an international dog where dogs have been covering at ridiculously high rates. 3-1 ATS, but if you go back to the last 7 international games, dogs have covered 5 of their last 7. They're 5-2 ATS. So, like, I think you're picking a good side. And 4 of those dogs actually won outright. My problem is Trevor Lawrence has lost 6 out of his last 7 against NFC as underdogs. It just comes down to, like both sides make sense in terms of the spot. I'm not backing Trevor Lawrence, though. Like, I'm not going to, I can't do it. Like, if I'm picking between Trevor Lawrence or Matt Stafford to lose my money on, I'll lose my money on Stafford. Since 23, the Jags are 11-10-1 ATS as underdogs. They have a margin of defeat at 7.6. They literally lose on average and fail to cover by 3.5 as underdogs. And this line's at 3. So with the half-point edge, I'm taking the Rams. But I do think if you can get the 3.5 hook at certain, and some books are offering it, if you're going to bet this, take the 3.5.
Yeah.
That's my, like, if you can get 3.5, take the Jags. But at 3, I'm going with the Rams. However, within all my rambling, this is going to be one of my best bets as well. This is going to be my over of the week at 44.5. Yeah, listen, this year, the international games were typically low scoring. I know last week, Denver and the Jets were a fucking dud. But 3 out of the last 4 have actually hit the over. And the key to this one, both the Jags and the Rams are looking towards the bye right after this game. So there is nothing, like, this is the kind of game I expect both teams to empty out the tank, put on a show for London, do a big performance. And not to mention, too, I know the Rams don't have Puka Nacua, but when does that ever stop Matt Stafford from throwing 2 touchdowns or throwing 250 yards? When does that stop Kyron Williams from being able to run the ball? Which I think the Jags do have a good rush defense, so maybe that's an interesting angle. But teams going into the bye this year, they're actually 6-2 towards the over. And as I mentioned, the over this year, 3 out of the last 4 in international games. So I'm going to take a shot here, 44.5. If I could get the hook at 44, I'd love it more, but I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to expect a 24-21 type of cover. Keep this close. Maybe 24, maybe 26, 27, 20. We'll see. But, yeah, I'm not going to give you too much grief on the Jags.
Well, thank you, buddy. It's a tough game, but for me, I just want to fade the Rams because I feel like, and again, it worked out with Buffalo last week. Sometimes it's just, I don't know. This just seems like the Rams are so overhyped. I think they're due for I mean, they didn't look good in that Baltimore game.
They look. That's honestly kind of a reason why I'm looking more towards betting the Rams. Not that it's a buy low, but I think everybody's going to run to the Jags in London, and I'm not on that. But moving on, 1 o'clock Sunday, U.S. Bank Stadium, a.k.a. the Spaceship. It's the Minnesota Vikings. I think they are coming off of a bye week. They are going to host the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, who are laying 1.5 on the road, minus 130. The Vikings, plus 110. 44 is the total. I have FanDuel out there, but this is actually Bet365. That's okay. Money Mansman. I really don't have too much of a handicap on this one. This is just my gut instinct notes that I took. This is a Philly line. This is a Philly should win this one. I mean, this is Minnesota. This is the little brother of the NFC who always ends up they end up being better than they really should be. They end up with a big record because they have a good head coach. But when it comes down to actual competition, when it comes down to taking on playoff caliber teams, they always seem to choke. They always seem to lose, which is an oxymoron because the Eagles, right now, they have zero right to be better than most NFL teams right now, considering they just lost to Denver at home and then they lost to the fucking Giants on Thursday Night Football. So why the Eagles are laying 1.5, I couldn't tell you, but not to mention the Eagles have guys retiring midseason. You want to talk about a cratering team and Super Bowl hangover? You have guys retiring midseason. Jason, you were a Bills fan. How did that work out for you guys when you had guys retiring midseason, mid-half?
Well, to be fair, a young man named Joshua Allen saved everyone from getting fired that year.
Maybe he shouldn't have.
Probably should.
Look, Carson Wentz is going to play in this game, so you really want to bet on a Carson Wentz angle? Be my fucking guest. I watched the Vikings in 2 games that I bet on him. I had to fucking I essentially had to double down on the Vikings against Cleveland 2 weeks ago in London, and I was fucking afraid for 3 quarters that I was just going to lose 4 units on the fucking Vikings because Carson Wentz is still a fucking dud. Carson Wentz is still barely a backup quarterback. I don't really like how he's looked. This guy gives me half a heart attack every fucking time he gets on the field. Seems like he wants to eat sack sandwiches. This seems like a get right spot for Philly. 1.5, I'm going to take it. Doesn't feel great, but yeah, give me Philly.
Yeah, weakness of the Minnesota defense is against the run. The Eagles are running the ball at a very high rate. I think this is you need Saquon Barkley. If you like the Eagles, you should like Saquon Barkley to have a good game. I don't know where his current rush number is at this point, but if you could look at that might be the play here. Yeah, I don't have too much for this one. Should the Eagles be a favorite on the road against anyone at this point? Not what we saw the last couple of games. But, they've won 9 straight as favorites against the NFC North. Vikings having covered the spread at home against the NFC East in their last 6 games. So there's a bit of a trend there. Eagles have been good. I think last 4 they've covered against winning teams. Like you said, not very.
Yeah, I'm going to jot this down. Or we had 1 viewer, but now we don't. I'm jotting this down. This might be prop play of the year. Go ahead and continue. I'm going to type this up, but
no, I was just going to say, ultimately, I think you kind of hold your nose and play the Eagles here because I think it's much more likely they get right than the Vikings win this game. I don't think the Vikings are a very good football team.
And to give you an idea of this Vikings defense, especially on the ground, they gave up 140 rushing yards to Cleveland. 110 was to Quinshon Judkins. Saquon's line is 74.5.
Yeah, I think it's Eagles. Saquon over.
Now, I will give you a heads up. Saquon has only hit this number once this year. So you're taking a big risk. But right now, his 80-yard line is plus 110. This very well could be a ladder game. 90 is plus 170. 100 is 2.5 to 1. Like, if you really like the Eagles, I think if you really like the fact they're going to lean on the run in this game, and this being a Saquon type of performance, I think this is the spot you play it. I like the over 74.5 here, although it's been hit and miss. Hopefully the Eagles offense gets it together. All right. We're in lockstep here. Not much to give you shit on. Moving forward. All right. Time to get dirty. Time to bring up, we're going to say a prayer to the one late Ronald Mansman.
The late great Ronald
As
Mansman.
he rolls over in his grave when we mention the state of his Las Vegas Raiders. 2-4, traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. 3-3. Chiefs are the big home favorite, minus 12, minus 850 on the money line. Raiders catching 12 plus 575 on the money line. 45.5 is the total. Oh boy. Mansman, your father would be quite upset right now at the state of his Raiders. Luckily, he is not here to witness that, but we're going to unfortunately have to witness this game tomorrow. Oh, God. What? I know there's a sharp angle here, and then there's the Barney side, a.k.a. the public, a.k.a. Joe Square Public. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
The number's high. Feels like you're paying a big tax to bet on Kansas City, who is a 500 team and has played like a 500 team up to now. But having said that, I don't know how you could back the Raiders in this spot. My big concern is just the turnovers. The Raiders have been giving the ball away at an astonishing rate. Kansas City just cleans up at home. Strangely enough, they actually haven't been covering the spread against the AFC West after it seemed like they did in literally every game. My concern is just the turnovers with the Raiders. Otherwise, the Raiders sometimes could be a feisty little team and play tough. My fear, especially Kansas City's pretty much dominated this matchup. But they're coming off that win against Detroit, and I just the Raiders beat Tennessee. This is a different animal. I'm just concerned that we're gonna have another 3 picks from Geno, and that the game's gonna get out of hand, because it's really how games like this are gonna get out of hand. I could see the Raiders being able to move the ball, but we've seen them in games where they move the ball and lose by 17 because they have 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. So I would just, again, if you're inclined to bet it, maybe this is a teaser play if you have another game you like. But it's Kansas City or nothing for me.
Not a teaser line. I don't even think teasing this down to 6. Because my problem is, if you feel the need, you have to tease this down to 6.
Maybe you should just play the Raiders.
Yeah, because let me just get to my notes here. Kansas City at home against a division opponent when it's not week 18, the money line is just money. And I would honestly tell you, like, if a whale out there, like a big whale, is for whatever reason, like our one viewer right now hanging out with us, if he's listening to this or she's listening to this and you got big, stupid money, you just want to bet a winner, just bet the Chiefs money line in this spot. You could even wait and live bet this. If you can get somehow minus 300 money line, I would argue this could be mortgage bet art territory. I just don't think minus 750 is like worth the juice. Considering that the 2 times Patrick Mahomes has lost as a double-digit favorite at home against his division was to the Raiders, and that was with Derek Carr. So doing the math, 3 games against opponents times 7 years, he's 17-4 straight up. ATS though, it's like a smash spot for the Raiders if you're daring. For the sake of our Caser contest, I'm gonna take the Raiders plus the 12. God, does it feel gross? And this is the worst feeling I've had in losing a spot here. Chiefs are 8-13 ATS against the AFC West at home. They're 2-7 ATS in their last 9. But my problem here with the Raiders, in order to get this cover, it's like I have to trust in Chip Kelly. Have you seen this fucking guy? Like, with his offensive scheming? Hi, we're going to draft Ashton Genty, like one of the top running back prospects of this generation. I'm going to make him change his stance, and then we're not going to hand it to him 40 times. I'm going to make Geno Smith throw the ball. No, thank you. You want me to trust in Pete Carroll? I don't know if I can. I mean, it's like, this is like my take of this game, and this is why I'm going to do it. This is like a blackjack term. Sometimes you're going to be dealt a 13 with a dealer 10 in front of you. More often than not, if you hit, you're going to get a good number where you're going to end up winning and beating the dealer rather than if you stand. You may not get it. Like a king may pop up next hand and you lose. But if you do that, like, if you do that 10 times in a row, more often than not, you're going to get a winning hand. And I just feel like that's the spot. Like, if I bet the Raiders plus 12 in 10 games against the Chiefs, I think more often than not, like 6 or 7, Raiders will cover. And that's like the feeling I have here. But I get it. Like, I just feel like, is this the one where, like, I already know this is a losing hand. I don't know why I'm going to do this anyways. And if I'm wrong about that, so be it. I'm not, and again, I don't know, like, I want to fight you with this, but, like, God, you're just right. I can't confidently even back this Raiders team. Like, the way they played against the Titans was just disgusting. Like, is there anything with that like would give you confidence? Just thinking of what we could do there, because I don't fucking know.
Well, like I said, it's tough because, I mean, my big problem is the Raiders turn the ball over so much that it's just, even in a game where they're close, you can, and it seems like, I mean, it seems like that's been what's killed me. And maybe I'm just like, in the games I've lost, that's been what's killed me. I'm winning the game. It's a bad turnover. I lose. And this just feels like a game. You have the Raiders. It's close. They're down 7. Geno Smith pick 6. Geno Smith sack fumble on the 10-yard line touchdown. Like, I just, that's the big problem that I have with this game, that I have with this Raiders team. They just can't hold on to the football.
45.5. I just had to look at this total. I'm going to declare it. This is my under of the week. I'm going under 45.5. Because you're absolutely right. Like, if I'm wrong about this side, I have to play the total here. The under, so here's my numbers. The under has hit in 6 straight home games against divisional opponents for the Kansas City Chiefs. If I'm wrong about the Raiders, it's going to be because they're on the road, and they are not a good scoring team on the road. 5 of the last 6 road games have hit the under for the Raiders. This Chiefs offense, they've sucked recently. They have been competitive, but they have sucked. And they've held opponents to under 20 in 8 of their last 9. 5 of their last 9, they've held opponents to 17 or less. You know, going back to 2023, only the Denver Broncos were held to less than 17 by the Chiefs. So, like, you know, Raiders plus 12.5 or Raiders over 16.5. I don't know. We could play around with the numbers, but I just think one of two things happens. Either the Raiders completely suck and they don't score at all, and this is a Spagnuolo type of performance, or this is going to be like Patrick Mahomes can't get his shit together at home. The Raiders show up, Max Crosby has a field day, and this game ends like 17-16. And the Raiders do end up covering. Like I could see one or the other. Like, even in a blowout, I don't see the Chiefs like getting 50 points in this game. Like, when's the last time the Chiefs have scored over 40?
Long time.
Like, that's my point. Yeah, so under of the week, under 45.5 in this spot. I'm gonna play unit and a half there. Like, because like you're right. Like, the Chiefs could win and cover this, and like this could be dead by the third quarter. But this would have to be because the Raiders don't do a thing.
Yep. All right. Moving on. Next.
All right. Oh, God. We have another shit game. The Tennessee Titans, 1-5. They are at home, finally coming off the 3-game road stretch. They're taking on the New England Patriots, 4-2. They are on their 3rd game on a road stretch. 3rd in a row. They're at Nissan Stadium. Whoops, sorry about that. Nissan Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee. The Patriots are laying 7 minus 340. Titans are plus 270 money line. Home underdogs, 42.5 is the total. Oh, God, this is another disgusting spot here. Tennessee Titans have fired Brian Callahan. He is no longer there. Ding dong. The losing witch is dead. Look, between the Vrabel revenge spot and the dead coach bounce for Tennessee, I think everyone and their mother right now is betting on the Titans at +7. A certain sports book right now, if I look at the numbers here, like, I know it's right. 53% of the tickets are on New England. 94% of the money is on Tennessee.
Holy shit. Whoa.
I have never seen those numbers when it comes to betting. And these people are betting on Mike McCoy, who was an offensive assistant. I honestly have no idea who the fuck this guy is. And I don't want to be a lazy bettor and just say, well, the Patriots are on their 3rd straight road game. This is a fall flat spot. Situational trends say so. Those trends, by the way, for teams on their 3rd straight road game, and this is after coming off winning their last 2, 15-27 straight up, 16-24-2 ATS. So, not great, not impossible. Now, did Drake May lose last year to Tennessee against the Titans in this spot? Yeah. I think this Patriots team's a lot different than last year. And this is like a spot where I just think coaching matters. I think Vrabel coming in, changing the Patriots' way, maybe reverting back to some of the Belichick-isms that they were used to. Like, I don't know. At the end of the day, like, you look at a team like the Patriots, maybe they don't like how it's going, but they're winning. And as long as they're winning, it's been quiet and they've been happy and successful. But I guarantee you, the minute they start losing, you're going to start hearing different things and you're going to hear shit about Vrabel. But I also look historically at this Patriots on the road. 6 of their last 12 ended by 7 on the road. Out of those 6, the Patriots only won one of those outright. And that was 19-3 against Chicago on Monday Night Football. And in 25 NFL seasons, no one has been able to cover 3 straight road games. If anyone's going to do it, it could be Drake May and Vrabel, but I don't think it's going to be because it's Vrabel and the Patriots. I think it's just going to be because of the Titans and how much they suck. Pats have covered 4 of their 4 last road games, and they went 3-1 straight up in that stretch. But looking at this 7 or higher, I think for contest sakes, I'm gonna back the Titans. And again, it feels gross, but I just feel like, look, if you want to be a sharp, just like a blackjack can, you're looking at a 12, the dealer has a king, you have to hit. You're gonna hit because more often than not, you'll have a winning hand. But God, is this another hand that it just feels gross?
Yeah, I get the dead cat bounce. I heard some talk that Vrabel may be looking for blood in this game and may just go out to embarrass them. For me, I'm just. I mean, I don't know. I guess the one thing, Tennessee throws the ball. Patriots are bad against the pass. Maybe that gives the Titans a little. This is a team that lost by 10. They lost to the Raiders by 10. Their coach is gone. Mike McCoy is no good. I mean, I don't know. This is one of the worst teams in football. Their underlying metrics are terrible. I just can't back Tennessee in this spot. I just think this is the Vrabel revenge game. He got run out of town. This is the punishment game in Tennessee. Tennessee has been terrible at home against the AFC. Sorry, touchdown or less. I can't back Tennessee here.
Yeah, no. God damn it, you're doing this to me again. I hope I'm wrong. No.
You shouldn't, but here's my thing, right?
I don't want it. I don't want
it. You hear dead cat bounce, but like on the field, on the gridiron, and this has gotten me in trouble. But what have you seen from these two teams where, yeah, let me go, and I think Tennessee could keep this game close? Like, why? 0-2 at home, bad ATS. Their average losing margin, they're losing by 16 points a game. The Titans. I mean, what do you got going for you? You got nothing. New England's the better team by a significant margin. New England should win this game handily. And they have a reason to be motivated. It's not a letdown spot.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Vrabel's going to come in and want one, I think. Or at least he wants to make a statement. God. My problem is if we're wrong, Titans are winning this outright. Like that's how bad this is going to go. Like, New England either covers or Tennessee wins. I don't think there's going to be an in-between. Yeah, goddamn. I thought we were going to fight, but like the more I talk to myself about this, I was just like, New England has to be the right side. Like, there's nothing right going for Tennessee. Rookie quarterback, too.
This feels like one of those sharp games. It's like, okay, sharps, like, why? Oh, well, the dead cat bounce. And I remember you having a good handicap last year when I was talking about the dead cat bounce. And you were like, yeah, but why? And sure enough, you were on the right side and you talked me out of it. And it ended
Who
up
was that
being,
game? I remember the
I
handicap.
forgot what game that was, but I remember you were like, yeah, dead cat bounce, but like, why? And you were
It
right.
feels like that. It really feels like this game. Like, oh well, Tennessee dead cat bounce. Yeah, but why? What has Tennessee done? What? Honest to God, think about it this way: what was their one win? A lucky bounce in the fucking Cardinals game. Amari Demercado dropping the ball at the wrong spot, getting a fumble off an interception. I mean,
Yeah,
that
they
was
won a game where they were like 1 in 10,000 to win.
yeah, no. But what have the Patriots done? They've done everything right. Like, no, Patriots are all the way. That's the move. Thank you. Like last week with the Chicago, I just let it go. I was like, fuck it, we're running 2 hours. No, this time I'm like, you know what? You're right. Like, okay, dead cat bounce, but why? Okay, well, New England's on their third road game. Okay, but why? Why are we betting on Tennessee? What has this team shown you to make you think they're worth betting on? Three times they've covered in 2 years. Like I remember that too. 3 times they've covered. Next, moving on. We got another shit game to get through. Carolina Panthers on the road as road favorites, 3-3, -1.5, -120. They're traveling to MetLife Stadium to take on the New Jersey Jetropolitans, aka the New York Jets. 0-6, 1-5, or they're 1.5 point underdogs. 100 on the money line, 41.5 is the total. Oh boy. This could be shit game of the week.
We said that about like every game. Whose go is it? Is it my
It's
go?
your go. Yeah, it's your go.
Here's what I can say confidently. If Carolina gets to be an underdog, you are forced to bet Carolina. Because the Jets should never be a favorite in a game ever. We learned that against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Having said that, I don't know, Carolina, I guess. Here's what stands out to me. Rico Dowdle has been a revelation for them, and the Jets have been weak against the run. And in terms of the Jets offense, I don't know. I don't think they're good at all. They had -10 passing yards last week. I guess the only benefit is the Panthers' defense can't get any pressure. I don't know. Here's the thing. Unless Carolina is a favorite, I don't really want to bet this game. I'm certainly not betting on the Jets. They're auto fade until they do something. They're a complete auto fade.
Yeah.
I don't know if Garrett
They did
Wilson's
cover.
even going
I
to
don't know.
play
The
it.
Jets
But
did cover last week.
yeah. Oh, and something's got to give, by the way, because Carolina, you can lose a fortune betting on them as favorites. 10 straight. 10 straight. They haven't covered. Don't worry, though. The Jets, they'll do you one better. 11 straight losses against the NFC South.
Oh,
11 straight.
oh,
No play for me at this number, but I would bet Carolina if they became an underdog.
oh God. We're going to have to fight.
Oh, no. What?
No, I'm fucking with you. No, I'm not.
Oh, my God. I was going to say, I could even see a Jets play, but come on, dog of the week. Oh, my God.
No. I wanted this to be dog of the week, but you're like, I can't do it at this number. I normally would be all over this spot if it was anyone other than Carolina. Look, this is an NFC. This is the God dang. This is the NFC versus a shit AFC team. You know me. I love betting those spots. This one just feels super trappy to me. This is the spot where I would love to fade the Carolina Panthers as a road favorite. It's Bryce Young as a road favorite.
0-3 on the road.
You know how many times Bryce Young's been a road favorite?
How many?
None. This is his first time ever as a road favorite in his career. This has not happened for the Carolina Panthers since 2022. 40 NFL games in the Bryce Young era. The Panthers are 10-30 straight up. That's 25%. They are 5-14-1 ATS on the road, 26%. They have a margin of defeat at minus 15.2. And they're road favorites now. Coming off a win, no less, where they've only covered twice out of the, let's see here, the last time, twice out of they lost that spot. Let's see here, 16-19 to the New York Giants and Daniel Jones. The Jets are so terrible, though, and they're coming off an international loss. Where teams in that spot this year 1-2 so far. The Jets are 3-10 as home underdogs going back to 2023. And the fact that Aaron Glenn got angry when he was asked like if there's going to be a quarterback change, that right there tells me everything I need to know about this organization. Hey, Aaron Glenn, your quarterback threw for negative 10 yards in week 6. You have not won a game. And you're pissed off the media is asking you if you're going to change your quarterback. Hey, Glenn, I don't know. Take the hint. You have Tyrod. If Tyrod can do better than your starting quarterback, I don't know. Maybe consider a change. I mean, it worked for Bryce Young. Remember when Bryce Young got benched for fucking Andy Dalton? And Dalton looked good for a game and then ate shit. And then Bryce Young was like, oh, don't be that guy. And then he started covering games. I'm not saying he won, but like literally kept his job for another year and a half. Like, I think you could do the same thing here with the Jets. Bench fucking Justin Fields for a couple weeks. He might get his shit together. This is my handicap for this game. Number 1, can the opposing team score 21 on the New York Jets? I don't know. Bryce Young's only done that 4 times in his career on the road out of 18 games. So 22% of the time, Bryce Young and the Panthers has scored over 21. Their team totals at 21.5. An implied odds of 53. So I'm betting the Panthers under 21.5 in this. And that's one possibility of victories. But number 2, like, can the Jets defense actually do something? Could the Jets offense do something? Maybe. Like you mentioned, the Panthers are super low in pressure rate. And the Jets defense is the opposite of Carolina's. Like, the Jets actually have a super high pressure rate. Or am I reading this right? Oh, no. Like, let me rephrase this. The Panthers defense is like the polar opposite of the Denver Broncos. The Broncos have like a super high pressure defense. Mm-hmm. They sacked Justin Fields 9 times last week. I don't foresee that happening here with the Carolina Panthers. And I think if this is a spot where you give Justin Fields time, I saw what he did to Dallas. I saw what he did to Pittsburgh at home. And the Jets averaged 21 at home in games this year. I don't know if the Jets cannot fuck up in this game. They're 26th in penalties against them. But even with the undiscipline, like, I think if the Jets keep this close, they might be able to win. I'm going with the Jets, but this is incinerator worthy. Like, honest to God, like, if you wanted to incinerator this bet, I'd be down, but only because it's so bad.
No, because think about it. Do I like Carolina? No.
Well, that was more time than we needed to waste on this game. And over-under sakes, I got under 41.5 here. Like, I have a feeling this is going to be a shit, terrible, horrible non-conference game.
I think the trends are over, but the one thing that scares me is the Jets defense did look good last week. Jermaine Johnson's back. I'm wondering if the Jets defense is going to be good or at least better than maybe they've been all year. Although to me, I think the play is the Rico Dowdle over, and maybe you want to play McMillan under if you think that Sauce Gardner is going to be all over him all game. That might be an interesting little bet for this game.
I think I might do Rico over, Panthers team total under.
Good work.
That could be juicy.
That could be juicy, especially if you like the Jets. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get that real fast. Let's see here. You like Rico over. Oh, come on. Where's his rushing yards? There we go. Oh, by the way, Rico's over under 63.5.
I guess the only fear is that they're going to play Chuba Hubbard a lot. But I don't know why. I mean, after Dowdle's gone for, 200 the last 2 weeks, I would expect him to get the lion's share of the carries still.
That was my thinking too. Like I don't really know what the Panthers are gonna lean on in this one. Plus 280, Rico Dowdle over 63.5, under 21.5 points.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's not a bad play. If you like the under.
Yeah, I might play that later.
Be a good play. Yep.
All right. Game number 5 in the 1:00 field. It's the Chicago Bears coming off their late Monday night win. 3-2. They're hosting the 1-5 New Orleans Saints at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. Bears are. Did I get those odds right? I may have fucked that up. I did fuck that up. So forgive me as I say this. The Bears are actually laying 4 at home. The Saints are 4-point road underdogs. 45.5 is the total. Plus 180 for the Saints. Minus 220 for the Bears. And I just realized we were off camera. Money management. Chicago 4-point home favorites. I think that's dropped from 5.5 to 4 now. So money seems like it's coming in on the Saints. I don't really have too much for this game, actually. I hate it for a number of reasons, because part of me was like, if I hated this game, like, why do I hate it? Well, I hate that Chicago's a home favorite. I hate that they're 4-point favorites. So, naturally I ping pong too. Well, if you hated the Bears at 4, why didn't you grab the Saints at 5.5? It's Spencer Rattler on the road. Like, yeah. Wow. Like, Spencer Rattler won a game finally in his career. That was 2 weeks ago. And when you know it, they fucking lost the week after. And, oh, yeah, look, he's 0-5 on the road in his career. And the Saints are 2-8 on the road since last year. But Spencer Rattler's 2-3 ATS.
Trust me, I want to fade the Bears. They actually have not been good off of rest disadvantage. I think it's 10 of their last 11 they have not covered when they have the rest disadvantage. So they've not been good in that spot. But
the 2 games the Bears, listen to this. You know the 2 games the Bears did cover?
No.
Or sorry, not the Bears. The 2 games the Saints have covered on the road under Spencer Rattler. They lost, but they covered.
Did they cover against the Bills?
One was against the Bills. They covered a 14.5 against Tampa.
Yeah, and they got obliterated by Seattle on the road.
Yep.
I can't back the. I hate to do it. I really want to fade the Bears. I think the Bears are the play.
Yeah.
I think the Bears are the play. This Saints team has been competitive at home. Their 2 road games, they lost by 13 points and got absolutely obliterated by Seattle. While the Bears, it's probably a no play for me, but in the contest, I take the Bears.
Yeah, me too.
Take the Bears. That's it. Don't have much. I don't like it.
No, the Bears have been good in this spot. Caleb Williams hasn't been a favorite all year. That's concerning. He's won 3 straight. If you take both years into consideration, 24 and this year, the Bears are 7-3-1 ATS at home. You could go do your own research, look at the numbers. basic math is the Saints are not profitable in this spot on the road. The Bears are profitable at home. So more often than not, bet the Bears, you're going to win in this game. It is gross. I don't like the short turnaround either. I think like if you were going to bet the Saints, we should have done it at 5.5. It's now down to 4. I think if by game time it's 3.5, we may have to bet it. I would say for your contest sakes, like if it's 5.5, the contest, play the Saints, bet the Bears if it's 3.5. Try to get a middle. Good luck, God bless. Oh, and I'll have to show you later, but I did a sports cycle parlay last night. Came in clutch. I did 2 hedges, both came through.
Oh, look at you. Good for you.
And basically what I'll tell you, it was NBA preseason. I had Denver plus 5.5. Hedged on Oklahoma City plus 1.5. They ended up winning outright, but Denver got the cover. I had Cal and North Carolina for college football. North Carolina plus 7.5. I had Cal money line. Cal won by 3.
Nice.
So I think this is the kind of game you do that as well. So I just wanted to throw that out there. All right. Next game in the 1 o'clock window. Holy fuck. This could be bad. It's the Cleveland Browns 1-5 hosting another 1-5 NFL team in the Miami Dolphins at it's Huntington Bank Field or Cleveland Brown Stadium. Who cares? Why are the Browns 2.5 point home favorites? They're minus 150. The Dolphins plus 125.
Fuck you, Dolphin!
36 is the total. This is going to be a rain game, by the way.
Although I heard it's going to be like rain with ridiculous amount of winds.
30-mile-an-hour winds right now, according to the weather report. Okay. Did this earlier. You're going to give me shit. I know it's your turn, but I'm going to interrupt you.
No, I think it's you. I think I went first last time.
This is my dog of the week. God, this just feels bad. Okay. If I'm going to do this, I need some liquid courage. Okay, to all you fake-ass loser Miami Dolphins fans out there who are bitching and moaning and crying and you hate Tua Tagovailoa, literally go back and watch your film with Ryan Tannehill, Matt Moore, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Brock Osweiler, Jay Cutler. I could literally go on. 2 weeks ago, Tua Tagovailoa wasn't a leader, didn't have a voice, didn't care. Because at the end of the day, Tua Tagovailoa would go home to his wife and kids who loved him. This week, Tua Tagovailoa has to go to a press conference and apologize because he cussed out his team too much, apparently, and called them out and basically was like, they don't show up for practice on time. They don't seem to care. They don't seem to take things seriously. Something that, I don't know, a leader would do, which would be, I don't know, Jason, what would you call that? Accountability? I don't know what he has to apologize for personally. I don't think he did anything wrong. But putting all that aside, normally, I would want to fade that on the Dolphins alone because of that dysfunction. Organizational dysfunction tends to come onto the field more than you would think. Let's add in that Tua Tagovailoa is a road underdog here. He's 3-18 in his career, but 8-13 ATS. I don't care if it's a dead team in Miami. I'm not betting on Dylan Gabriel and the Cleveland Browns. I don't care that this is the Cleveland Browns at home and their defense likely performs better here in this spot. No, I don't care that Cleveland's 6-2 ATS at home since 2023. I mean, that's 8 out of 40 games. Like they're home, that they're home favorites is what I meant to say. Like, this is a Cleveland Browns team that has lost and failed to cover 3 of their last. They've lost and failed to cover 3 straight. Failed to cover and lost 4 of their last 5. And no, I don't care that they covered both their home games this year. I know the Dolphins are losers. They're losers who actually play close. They're losers that a majority of the time have 1 possession games. And I saw it last week with the Chargers, and that was my handicap last week. If you're going to bet the Chargers and the Dolphins in a 1 possession game, why are you going to bet the Chargers minus points? Because this is a spot where Herbert tends to lose. But the Dolphins suck so bad, they could lose this but end up covering the game. I feel like this is the same fucking thing, but Cleveland is a much worse team. What has Dylan Gabriel done to make you think he is worth backing as a 2.5-point home favorite? They're literally like, the Bros adjusted QBR is 40 in 2 games. 40. I don't know what Vegas is doing here, just making them 2.5 points. And I know the Dolphins suck. I know they're losers, but I mean, they literally went toe-to-toe with Buffalo. They lost by 10, but they literally went toe-to-toe, and it was a pick 6 that kind of blew that game out of the water. It was toe-to-toe against the Chargers. Tua threw a pick and lost the game by 2. But they went and beat the Jets on Monday Night Football. They made Justin Fields look fucking good in that game too, or at least the defense did. And then Miami goes and loses a heartbreaker 1 possession game against the Panthers. My one concern, and then I'll let you go. My one concern, and this is why like my bet is actually on Miami first half, is this the Shedeur Sanders game? Because at this point, Cleveland has traded Joe Flacco. Flacco just beat the Steelers, a team he lost to 2 weeks ago. Is this spot where, like, if you're Kevin Stefanski and you're losing in the first half, you put in Shedeur Sanders, or ownership and management comes in and just makes him make that choice? I don't know. And that's what scares me. But Cleveland's not a good team. Cleveland has 0 offense right now. Like Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and honestly Shedeur Sanders too. The only thing with Shedeur is I think he can actually move out of the pocket, and that might be the X factor that makes a difference. But I can't bet Cleveland here. I don't care if this isn't a hand the ball off 50 times game. Devon Achane or Cleveland's backfield. Plus points, give me Devon Achane. I don't know. Like, I could be wrong, but like I've seen nothing in Cleveland. Nothing that makes me think they actually have fight in them. The Dolphins actually have fight.
So here's what I'll say, and I'm going to keep mine brief because you went on for a while. Yeah. That's okay. You have a wonderful handicap if the weather doesn't end up what the weather's going to be.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen Miami struggle in the elements? Cleveland is a different team at home. If this really is a rain game with 30-mile-an-hour winds, Cleveland is going to win this game. Miami doesn't play well in these games. They're a finesse team. They don't play well in the elements. We've seen it 150,000 times under this coach. Your handicap's good. Normally, I'd say you're 100% right. Why is Miami an underdog in this game? I mean, I get it. Why? Because they're in Cleveland. But I might even say, you know what? I think they'll do enough. They'll score enough to get the win. If this is a weather game, Miami, they're not winning this game. Cleveland's defense could win the game alone.
They could. And
Cleveland's my pick because of the weather. If the weather changes and it's sunny and there's no wind, I'll live bet Miami. But
here's what I'll say. This was not my original dog of the week. I had a dog, the line flipped, and I was forced to change it today. And it was either this team or the Jets. And I was like, well, the Jets are no. I'm not betting on a team that hasn't won a game yet. So here I am with the Dolphins. It's probably a loser, but I made my argument. I don't know what else there is to say. Time to go to the 4:00 window, money management. Oh, and we didn't give over under picks, but under 36 because of the weather element. Like,
yeah, you can't go wrong with under. They never make the unders low enough. I think this is like 16-3 Cleveland. I think Miami just does nothing.
Maybe 10-6.
Something like that. Although you might not be able to kick field goals. It might be.
That's my thing. Like, I don't think
might be 12. Might be 12-6. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, under.
All right, moving on. We're into the 4:00 window. This might be game of the week. LA Chargers 4-2, SoFi Stadium. They're hosting the 5-1 Indianapolis Colts and Indiana Jones, aka Daniel Jones, who is a 1.5 point road underdog. Plus 110 on the money line. Chargers minus 130. 48.5 is the total. Mansman, I went 2 in a row. I'm going to give you this one at the very least. Money Mansman, 4:00 window. What is the play?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I really struggled with this one because everything tells me if you look at just who I think the better team is, I mean, the way it's going, you would say Indianapolis has played like the better team. But having said that, look at the Colts. They beat Arizona. That was Jacoby Brissett at home. I'm looking at their road games. They lost on the road to the Rams. They beat the Titans on the road. And LA has actually been good as home favorites against the AFC. This is a tough one. I really want to go with the Colts. The trends say the Chargers. I think these teams are pretty even with no great strength. And I'm going to be a lot more cautious this week, betting these sides. I'm going to avoid betting games like this just because I haven't been good at them. I have a weird feeling the Chargers are going to get this. And if it's less than a field goal, I'm pretty much picking the winner. And I have a weird feeling that the Chargers are going to find a way to somehow get this game. My one fear, though, is we talked about the turnovers. And the Chargers offense has been prone to the turnovers. And the Colts are, top 6 in forcing them. So that could be the difference in the game. I think it's going to be close. I can't fault you if you go Indianapolis. I just have a weird feeling about the Chargers in this one because they have been good at home against the AFC.
Yeah, no, I'm actually with you on this one. I have a weirder feeling about the Colts in this spot. Chargers have actually, I'll go through some of these trends. The Chargers have owned the Colts recently. They've won 5 of the last 6 against Indianapolis. Kind of like Chicago, the Chargers are profitable at home. They're also 7-3-1 ATS going back to 2024. The Colts, on the other hand, they're not as great as road underdogs. 4-8 straight up, 6-6 ATS. But they've lost 4 of their last 5, failed to cover 3 of their last 4. And the Chargers at 1.5, it's a number that seems right to me. And I just think this is an ultimate buy low spot against the Chargers who have failed to cover 3 straight. And if you look at the opening lines, the Chargers were 6.5 point favorites a month ago. It's dropped as low as the Chargers plus 1.5. It's bounced back to them as the home favorite. And Harbaugh, like I said, he's coming off 3 straight failed covers. I've never known the man to lose and failed to cover 4 straight. Something is clearly off with this Chargers offense. That's what concerns me. Is this a Colts defensive spot where the Colts defense will get 3 turnovers, Daniel Jones will only throw 1 touchdown, and Jonathan Taylor may get 150 yards, but like only also gets 1 touchdown. And is this like, that's my concern with this game. Joe Alt for the Chargers, doubtful, so he's going to be out again. But they are getting Quentin Johnson. So like another offensive piece could be a difference maker. But yeah, like I'm with you. Like I'm picking the Chargers out of my gut feeling. I love the under 48.5 though. Like this was number 2 on my under of the week, under 48.5. Because I just think this is a step-up game for the Chargers at home with their defense. But I just don't know what this offense is going to be capable of. And I've seen Daniel Jones let down spots before. Like, I'm wondering if this is another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta say, we're not fighting nearly as much as I thought we'd be, so that's good. Maybe,
yeah.
Either I've brought you to the shit, or maybe this is the
games listen to the games we fought on, the Rams and Jags, and I don't hate your number pick. Like, I don't hate that you wanted to bet the Jags +3. If you were like Jags money line, Jags dog of the week, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? The other 2 games we've really fought on were the Vegas Raiders +12, the Panthers and Jets game, and then the Cleveland Browns and Dolphins. And like, are those games I really want to fight? Like, do I really want to throw the gloves on over the fucking Dolphins? I don't know. I think you're wrong. I think Cleveland has nothing to show for themselves, and especially in the elements. Could the Dolphins get right? Like, maybe, but they haven't really shown me shit either. Like, I think in these later games we're really going to get into it, but God only knows. You better not make it this game, though, because I really will come. I know where you live. I will fight you on this next game. The Denver Broncos, laying 7 at home, -360, taking on a rookie quarterback with a rookie running back, no star wide receiver, who was 7.5-point non-conference road underdogs, +280, 40.5 is the total. Now, I did go twice, so if you want to go first, I will let you, and we can fight or get along. I don't know what you want to do, but please go ahead and please discuss.
The Denver Broncos.
Yeah, so Denver kind of lucky to win last week, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This is my dog of the. Just kidding. Just kidding. No. Denver at home against the rookie quarterback. I think. Oh, geez, I lost my numbers. God damn it. Let me get my numbers.
You're good.
Yeah. 9 straight wins at home as favorites. They've been very good covering against the NFC. They've covered 6 straight against the NFC. We saw what this Denver defense did last week to Justin Fields and the Jets. The Giants are of a similar skill level. I just think that Dart is going to get pummeled in this game. Denver all the way here. I think you shared that it's a Demaryius Thomas Memorial game. Is that correct?
That is correct. So I'm going to full screen this one more time. And if the viewers zoom in here, they're going to see the Demaryius Thomas Memorial that was placed right after he passed away. So this is the Super Bowl 50 reunion game.
Oh, God.
And they're inducting Demaryius Thomas into the Ring of Honor. This is supposed to be the biggest alumni event in Denver history.
Okay, you know what? Even better. Best bet Denver Broncos.
You read my mind.
Yep, best bet Denver.
Killer whale,
Broncos -7 is my best bet. Remember the last time what happened with the Demaryius Thomas game?
Yep, I told you about that one.
Oh, and by the way, in the practice interviews, you know what they did? They went to Cortland Sutton. They were asking him about they asked him about the thing, and then they were like, "Yeah, so this like tradition you do with the donuts, what is that?" And Cortland Sutton proceeds to go on a 10-minute rant about how when Demaryius Thomas was his mentor, he used to make him do these things, and one of the things he used to make him do was bring in donuts for the staff on Saturdays. And then when he passed away, he just continued it. And like you could see how emotional Cortland Sutton's getting over Demaryius Thomas. And I'm just like, okay, if these feelings are coming back, Court's going yard.
Yep.
I have a gut feeling Court is going yard in this game. Could be wrong. Could be Marvin Mims. I'm okay with it if it is, but this is I already thought before all this was a smash spot for Denver. Denver is low of the lows. They couldn't even cover this number against the Jets in London. Jets are a shit team. Giants have won 2 straight. They just beat the Super Bowl defending champs as well. So the Giants just must be at least as good as Denver, if not compatible. Well, here's the thing. Jackson Dart at home, he's 2-0. Jackson Dart against, let's say winning teams, sure. Remember when Jackson Dart went to New Orleans and literally threw the ball into the ground and fumbled it and lost bad and gave Spencer Rattler his first win? Mm-hmm. I have a weird feeling Jackson Dart is going to be a home quarterback you want to bet on, and the minute he's on the road, you want to fade. And not to mention, too, between the Eagles, the Saints, and the Chargers with as many injuries as they had 3 weeks ago, Denver's defense is going to be the toughest one he's gone up against. At all. I'm trusting my gut. I'm going against the recency bias of Bo Nix covering as a favorite this year. It's like I said, smash spot for Denver. Denver 6-0 ATS against the NFC with Bo Nix. He's 7-1 ATS, 8-0 straight up as a home favorite. And the Giants really bad as road underdogs. 6-12 ATS, 3-15 straight up. Again, 1-4 straight up against AFC teams. And just this year, the Giants, they're 0-3 straight up, 1-2 ATS on the road. And I just think if Denver learns how to stop Cam Scatteraboo, what is this Giants team going to be capable of? What is their identity? I really don't. I couldn't fucking tell you. And just looking at how he struggled on the road in New Orleans, and that was a dome game. Now you're going to go at Mile High in the elements with a motivated Denver team with Peyton Manning in the fucking crowd.
Yeah.
I don't if this is a repeat of London, this is without a doubt a dead bet. I'm just going to trust my gut. I'm trusting in Denver. Number one, I'm going to trust in Denver to hold the Giants to under 16.5, 17, which is the Giants team total. 16.5 is a weird number in terms of football because if you like the over, you probably should like them to cover the 7. But I love the under here. And if I love the under, they're not covering. So give me the under Giants 16.5. I'm going to bet that. By the way, Bo Nix to throw 2 touchdowns at home. He's done that in 70% of his home games. And he's doing it against the 27th ranked pass defense. Bo Nix 2 touchdowns is plus 135. Gonna bet that. And I already mentioned I love my guy Cortland Sutton. He's motivated as ever. And he's plus 130 to get a touchdown. And Bo Nix's average QBR at home, 96.6. Bo Nix and Denver, they just do a lot better at home. Not much more to say.
4 straight home games with a touchdown.
You want to make money for Like, I mean, you got to listen to us. We're like, I just gave you 5 bets in one game. If 3 of them hit, you profit. You can make the argument if 2 of them hit, you profit.
No, I think it's going to be hot and heavy on this Denver team. That's for sure.
All right. Next up, Arizona. The Arizona Cardinals coming off the bye. Or is that right? Are they coming off the bye or are they heading into the
they
bye?
lost.
They're heading into the bye.
With Jacoby Brissett.
That's right. Thank you. They're taking on the 3-1-1 Green Bay Packers, who are 7-point road favorites, minus 360. Cardinals plus 280. 45 is the total. Man's gonna let you go again because I kind of just gone on. What's the?
Yeah, I don't have much in this game. I think this one's pretty simple. Packers have done very well against the NFC West. Think it's maybe 7 straight covers now, 6 straight wins. Green Bay's better. They've owned the NFC West. I think we're going to be quite a while without Mr. Murray, although he's listed as questionable. That's interesting. I thought he was going to be out for longer. Do you know
he's coming back.
if he's going to play? Honestly,
I think he's coming back.
Honestly, a Kyler Murray that can't run is even better for this bet. This is Green Bay all the way. I know Green Bay hasn't been as good on the road this year. They're only they're winless on the road. Actually, they had that tie against Dallas and they blew that game to Cleveland. But this is a different spot. Green Bay good against the NFC West. I'm not thinking about it too much here. It's not my favorite. Arizona could keep it close, but especially if I get like a hindered Kyler Murray against this defense, I could see there being a couple bad turnovers and this one getting out of hand. So give me the Pack. Go Pack, go.
I'm okay. Let me get this straight. If the Packers have not won a road game, you're going to lay a touchdown with them. Explain.
Well, like I said, I acknowledge your point. I think the key difference here is NFC West. They've done well against the NFC West, and I may get a hampered Kyler Murray who can't run, and that could lead to a couple turnovers that could make this a one-sided drubbing. And the Packers have covered against the NFC West. And you might be getting the Packers a little low because they didn't play great against Cincinnati, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Arizona has won. I mean, I'll say 3 of their last 5, but 2 of their last 3 this season. Was it this season? Let me it was not. Okay. So those are not good numbers. Okay. My argument's been defeated. I was gonna say, do you really want to back Cardinals plus 7? Or like at that number? But I looked at the last 4 games and it was like 1, 1.5, 2s, and lo and behold, they didn't even cover those.
And the Packers seem to, at least in the games they've won, it's been 27, 18 in like 2 of the 3 games. So I get it. I'm not overly confident, but the Packers are nothing for me.
What are the Packers as road favorites? Let's see here. Oh yeah, Packers as road favorites, 2-7 ATS since 2023. They've
good point.
Oh God, listen to this. They've only covered 2 of their last 8. Oh yeah, no, they're 2-7. Never mind.
Okay, you're making some good points.
Yeah, I'm taking Arizona plus the 7, but I will take Green Bay to win. Because Arizona just finds ways to lose. Like that's been my biggest takeaway from them this year. It's like even when they're good, they just find ways to give the game up. I mean, I saw what they did with Tennessee. The Seattle game, Thursday Night Football, ample opportunities for them to beat this team. And they kept turning the ball over. They kept going 4 and out. They kept going 3 and out. They kept punting. And this is a Packers team who, like, it's not that they won't play for the tie, but they seem healthy. And like you said, a Kyler Murray that can't really run and you force Kyler to throw, not a team I really want to bet on. But +7.
Oh, by
take
the
a
way,
chance.
per Sports Illustrated, no Kyler Murray. He's out.
Oh, Kyler's out?
Yep.
Oh, boy. Oh, I love it more than give me Jacoby.
I got to say, I like it a little less now. I will give you that.
Although I did hear an interesting, like, I forget where I heard it, but I heard an interesting stat. A backup quarterback in his second game tends to be dog shit. I'm trying to think. We saw it earlier this year. I think it was Mac Jones. I think we saw it again with, God, was it Carson? No, Carson Wentz when he lost.
Carson Wentz.
Who was the other? There was one other one that was real bad. Oh, it was Jackson Dart. His first game he won against the Chargers. Second game against the Saints, he was dog shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Tough game. I don't like the number either, but
all right, Fox game of the week. Oh, hold on. Before we get into that, third contender for over under of the week. Second contender. So I had a number 2 for my over of the week. It was Green Bay, Arizona. Only because I think now that Kyler is out and it is Jacoby, one of two things will happen. Either Green Bay will slaughter this team and Arizona will do just enough to hit this over, or this game's going to be competitive. Green Bay's defense will fall flat on the road, and the over will hit by the fourth quarter. But we'll move on. Last game in the 4 o'clock window. It's the Fox game of the week. It's the Lone Star Dallas Cowboys 2-3-1, coming off their loss against Carolina, hosting the Washington Commies, a.k.a. the Commanders, a.k.a. the football team, a.k.a. the Redskins.
Washington Redskins, go yourself.
They are now I think this line is, no, the line's right. The Commies are now a 1.5 point road underdog against the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are now 1.5 at home. -115 for the Cowboys. -120 is the current odds. +100 for the Commanders. 54.5. Sorry, 54 is the total. So we just had recent line changes. So that's why this is a little inaccurate, but it's gone the same direction. Cowboys are the favorite now. The Commanders are the divisional road underdog. Mansman, divisional road underdogs this year have not been great.
Nope.
13 straight up. And this is essentially like close, I would argue close enough to a pick. They're 7-9 ATS. 3-13 straight up. This originally was my dog of the week. I bet Dallas at plus money. They're looking real goddamn good.
You are.
We'll see. This should be a buy low spot on Washington. They literally fumbled a victory away to Caleb Williams. But I just think, like, looking at trends, looking at where the Cowboys are, this is a Cowboys smash spot. Cowboys 7-3 straight up at home against the Washington franchise since drafting Dak Prescott in 2016. Dallas is 11-5 ATS against the NFC East at home going back to 2020. And the Commies on the other side, they're 4-4 ATS against divisional opponents, 1-3 ATS in division road games. I forget how long ago that was. I think it's the last 2 years. Oddly enough, though, the nugget that sealed the deal for me, Dak Prescott is undefeated against the Commanders franchise, 6-0 straight up. Oh yeah, there's one other spot I've been fading, and only one team has beaten me in this. It was last week with Kansas City. The losing team coming off of Monday Night Football with short rest, 1-6 ATS this year. And now that Washington does not have Terry McLaurin, although Trevon Diggs being out, I think also plays a factor. Big concern. But with that said, give me Dallas.
Agree. I'm got Dallas for the same reasons you said. My initial look was Washington. You've had a good read on Dallas all year. And another thing is that Dallas is actually very good off of losses. Think they've won a grand total of what's the 12, 13? God, I think it's like 13 straight wins as favorites following losses. So they're a good team. They're a good team off a loss, and especially as favorites. Maybe you could say they're really dogs. I don't know. My thinking is, like you said, Dallas been very good against Washington at home. And for me, this is I'm not normally big on over-unders, and I know the over-under is very high. This is a dead over spot. 2 games in Dallas, average. 2 games in Dallas, average points per game, 78.5 points per game scored. And these 2 defenses are not good. Commanders' defense has not been good. We know Dallas is shit. The 2 games in Dallas, it's that 40-40 tie and the 40-37 against the Giants. There's going to be another 34-31 banger. This dead over game. Get the fireworks ready. This is an easy over. Easy over.
Is this going to be a scary game where the over will hit, but we're going to be praying for one team or the other? Because if I bet oh my God, Dallas is, in some books, they're -2. Plus 230 for Dallas to win and the over.
Taking that late money.
I'm going to play it, but I don't hate the logic. I don't hate the logic. I really don't.
Dak Prescott, 200, over under 270 passing yards. Jesus.
That one concerns me because I feel like this could be a Javonte Williams game.
Oh, and is that true? Is that accurate? Are we getting CeeDee Lamb back this week?
Yes, we are.
Oh, love Dallas.
No scary Terry, but we are getting CeeDee Lamb.
Get over.
Dead over. Love it.
CeeDee Lamb's only at 76 receiving yards. That's a lock. He's like an automatic 100.
Oh God, am I about to hold on. Can I reclaim my bet? Yes, I can. All right,
he's averaging 98 yards a game with the Cowboys as favorites following a loss.
Hold on. Now I have to play this. Where's the receiving yards? CeeDee Lamb to get 80 is plus 100.
Yep, that's a lot.
All right, listen to and they're gonna give me a boost. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Dallas to win over 54. CeeDee Lamb 80 yards is 6-1.
Bingo.
All right, great. Half a unit, 1 unit. What do we think?
Oh, that's a unit play. You'll get 6 back.
Yeah,
that's a lot. After the show, I'm gonna put that in. I'm telling that.
Yeah, we'll do that as our unit play. Oh, and by the way, that's the last of the 4 o'clock window. I'm about to give out my teaser of the week. I'm doing a 4 p.m. teaser. So 4 p.m. teaser. We're gonna do the Colts plus 7.5, Denver -1, Packers -1. Dallas has now changed, so you're not gonna get Dallas plus 7. But if you want to do some alt spreads and take Dallas plus 7 anyways, you're probably still going to get somewhere between a 4 and 5-1. Or sorry, a 3 to 4-1.
I like 3 of those plays.
Which one don't you like?
Colts, but I think probably keep it close. I think that's got a good shot.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Jason, I just want to let you know, random, but my UFC parlays, very live.
Oh, shit.
Charles Jourdain won by submission.
Oh, shit. That's why they call them big bucks, folks.
We're live, baby. We are live. Oh, man.
All right.
What the heck? Hold on. I'm trying to find this damn teaser. Oh, because I did the other book. Let's go to Sunday night, and then we'll pull up my teaser, and I'll rant on once again. Okay, Sunday night football. It's the San Francisco 49ers. They are hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are coming off their Monday night win with the short rest. Niners are coming off of, I think, their win against the Rams.
No, lost against the Bucks.
No, thank you. They're coming off the loss against Tampa, which I did call, by the way. You're welcome. Falcons plus 155. They are catching. God, did I still not update this? No, I did not. That's my fault. All right, Falcons are catching 2. They're plus 115. The 47 is the total. Minus 135, minus 2 for the Niners. It is Mac Jones in at quarterback, and it does look like George Kittle might be making his return. But I'm going to look into this. Manzin, your thoughts on the Sunday night football game?
So, this is a pure spot play. This is my best bet. San Francisco, my actual best bet. If I don't want to do Denver because that's like the mortgage best bet of the year. Like that's like my actual best bet just because of everything surrounding it. But I didn't want to do that one, so I'll do another best bet. Give me San Fran in this game. This is a pure overreaction. Oh, look at Atlanta. They're back. Now, this is a square ball donkey sort of play. I'll admit it. Oh, Atlanta, they're so good. They beat the Bills. Their signature win. How wonderful are they? They can run the ball. San Francisco is the better football team in this game. Atlanta lost 30-0 in Carolina earlier in the year. I know the Niners haven't been great covering at home. They have actually been good winning against the NFC South as favorites. To me, this is just a pure spot play. Atlanta, short rest, back-to-back primetime games on the road, Sunday Night Football. This is the absolute. How many times have we seen this with the Falcons? Now's the time. Bijan Robinson, Michael Penix, they're so great. And then they lose this game. I've seen it with the Falcons 100 times. This is where they lose the game. The Falcons are not a good team. San Francisco's better team, better division. San Fran is going to get this game, get this win at home. Give me action, Mac Jones, bounce back at home. San Fran, lock it up.
Got it. Oh, man. Remember when we said we weren't going to fight?
No, this is I want to because this feels like an emotional play for me. So maybe you'll talk me off of it.
I don't know if I'm going to talk you out of it because I am not as dead set emotionally, but I'm playing this in terms of looking at the situation and the play. This is my fade of the week. I am fading the Niners as a Sunday night home favorite, and I am playing the Falcons plus the 2. Ooh. And to your credit, I'm betting on Michael Penix on the road, which is not profitable. He's 1-3 in his career. Here's what I am betting on, though. This Falcons team, looking through the Raheem Morris history, this team just has a recency bias of showing up in primetime. Just this year, the Falcons are 2-0 straight up in primetime. They won week 2 against Minnesota, and they beat Buffalo on Monday night. Last year, the Falcons went 3-2 straight up. And I think they covered all 5, or they covered 4 out of the 5. The 2 losses were against Kansas City, where they lost by 5. And then they lost to the Commies in overtime by 6. I think that was the one they didn't cover. But for what it's worth, like Raheem Morris just seems to know how to wake these teams up when the lights are on. And I just noticed something last Monday against the Bills. The Falcons have so much discipline in this team. They are the least penalized team in the NFL. They've only had 27 calls go against them all year. Only 8 of those 27 were on the road. And this defense, like minus the Panthers game, this defense has been real solid. And they are currently ranked first in yards allowed, and they are fourth in points allowed, second in time of possession. And then you just throw in the Niners injuries, how they just keep piling up. The big X factor that I think it like won me over, Fred Warner on the defense for the Niners is out for the year. I just think that's the ultimate killer. And what I'm foreseeing happening is just a repeat of Bijan Robinson, where he's just going to run it down their throats. And the Niners really, even with Fred Warner, they have not been great as home favorites. 2-6 ATS, 3-5 straight up in their last 8. They have not covered 4 of their last 5. Ricky Pearsall, I think, is out. Purdy and Kittle and Jones were limited. I think Mac Jones does, like, if I remember correctly, Mac Jones is getting the start.
Mm-hmm.
Not a pro CLV move. Like, I think I should have bet the Falcons earlier if I really was on them as big as I am. I think later in the week, I'm really going to bet them and do like a big buck Sunday night special where, like, if I'm down 3 units, I'm just going to bet 5 and try to redeem myself here. But God, to me, like, looking at the spot, like, this just seems like kind of like how you're thinking. Everybody's on San Francisco. Everybody wants to play them. Everybody wants to fade the Falcons. I think the Falcons are a very underrated team this year. And I think they're kind of just like, I think recency bias, they have that Panthers game in the back of their head, which was like a real bad loss. But considering the rest of the games they've had this year, like, I would say that's a dud. And you just move on. Otherwise, they've been pretty damn good. They almost beat Tampa. Like, keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the over-under at 47?
You make good points. I think if you like the Niners, you got to go under.
I agree.
And sometimes Atlanta turns the ball over and they do stupid things where they don't score. So I think San Fran, better coach team. I think they find a way to get it done. But you make good points. I'm less confident about it after hearing you. That's for sure.
I mean, look, do I think I'm on the right side? I hope. But it's one of those games where, you know, I've seen the Niners in Sunday night. I have, like, the thing with the Niners on Sunday night is every time I bet against them, they win. Every time I bet on them, they get their ass kicked. Like, I bet on them to beat the Bills on Sunday night. That was the Josh Allen reverse swoop game in the snow, and fucking dog walked them. Meanwhile, you know, I bet on Dallas against the Niners that same year, Sunday Night Football. Niners dog walked the fucking Cowboys, and you know, so like it's a hard read to begin with. All right, 2 games left. We're getting in close to the 2-hour mark. So game number 1 of the Monday night. And first of all, fuck you, ESPN. Fuck you for putting on 2 games on Monday night on the East Coast.
Like 2 decent games. Like, seriously, fuck.
Like, could you play like this game is fine on its own. We do not need a second game afterwards. Like, this on its own, I could live with. But no, you want to do some bullshit fucking NFC game? We'll get to that later. NFC game number 1, Detroit Lions, Monday Night Football. They're hosting the Tampa Bay Bucks. They're laying 6 at home, minus 280 on the money line. The Bucks are plus 230 money line underdogs. 52.5 is the current total. Ready? Here's my handicap. I'm a Barney. I'm a loser. I'm not a shark. Give me the Bucks +6. Do I have a good reason for doing it? No. Am I probably wrong because Detroit's really good off of a loss? Yes. Do I think this is a trap spot for Baker because I fell for this 2 other times with Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Bucks, and then they got their asses mollywopped, and I'm like, wow, why did I bet on Tampa? Why am I such a loser, Steve? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Am I going to do it again? Yeah. You know why? Baker Mayfield's been playing close football. And he's been winning a lot of fucking games. And I get it's Detroit. I know it's Detroit at home. I know it's Detroit in prime time. I know it's Detroit off of a loss. Like, all those stats are going to tell me, yeah, go bet Detroit. But this number's climbing. If it gets to 6.5, I'm actually going to bet it. But I think Detroit wins. But at 6, I've seen Baker Mayfield backdoor cover a lot worse spots. I've seen him in Thursday Night Football with the Rams literally have 3 of the worst quarters of his life and then revive his career. Maybe Bucks second half is my play because I could just see that happening. But yeah, no good read, no good feel. Bucks +6, but Lions to win.
Yeah, this is my dog of the week.
Really?
It's this simple. This line is just disrespectful.
Interesting.
Here's my thinking. We know the Lions offense could score. They're going to get their points. We saw against Kansas City that this Lions defense is decimated. Unless I'm missing something, they didn't miraculously get like 7 players back on defense this week. Baker Mayfield's going to get his points, which means this is going to be a high-scoring, close game. Why is this line 6? I know why it's 6. The Lions always cover after a loss. They always win after a loss. It's Dan Campbell. Every Barney, forget Barney. The Barneys are betting on Detroit here because it's Detroit after a loss. This Tampa Bay team's played well. They're good. And they may not win. They probably won't win. But you know what? Baker Mayfield is going to get his points. He gets his points pretty much in every fucking game.
Yeah,
the lowest they scored was 20 all year. Against this defense, they're getting their points. And if they're getting their points, it's going to be a close game. 6-point underdog, Tampa Bay. This is disrespectful. They're not 4 points worse than Detroit right now. They're just not. The number is off. And if it keeps going up, 6.5, 7, run, don't walk to bet Tampa Bay because every Barney is going to be on Detroit, and it's not going to. Detroit's going to win this game, 34-30. Something crazy.
I think Tampa's going to game 6.5. I'll go to the book and bet it. It starts climbing 7. Bet it again. 7.5. Start ladder betting it. I wouldn't flat bet it. I literally would go every time that number climbs. I would double the unit size. 6.5. Here's a unit. 7, unit and a half. 7.5, here's 2 units. And just keep climbing if it keeps happening. Not necessarily a live bet, but if like by Monday this number climbs, do it. Now Emeka Egbuka is out, but Mike Evans is also due to return. So I think they're like addition by subtraction. I love Emeka Egbuka. Think he'll be great, but Mike Evans coming back, I think you're getting similar quality. And this line, you're right, it's 100% disrespectful to what this Lions team has been doing. And even with that said, like 52.5, I just think is a bit odd. Even though it's a dome game. And just to give you some quick stats, so the Buccaneers since 2023, 2-4 straight up, 3-4, or am I reading that right? 3-3 ATS, 2-4 straight up on Monday Night Football. Detroit since 2023, 4-0 straight up in ATS on Monday Night Football. But those numbers were incredibly low. Like, this is a high number. And for the way the Bucs have been playing, it really just I think they're disrespecting the Bucks defense too. Like the Bucks run defense has been stellar all year. Like I think you can make the argument the Bucks are number 2, maybe number 1 team in the NFL right now. Because they're the only team that's been playing consistently.
No, I agree. Tampa Bay, they're talking about Baker Mayfield MVP. He may not win. I think he keeps it close.
Yeah. All right, last game, 10 o'clock, Monday Night Football, and 10 Eastern time. I'm not going to go too much time into this because I doubt I'll even be awake because I'll have to work the next morning. Seattle -3, -170 at home against the Houston Texans. Non-conference road underdog is a 3-point dog, -145. 41 is the total. Mansman, I'll throw you the stats, and then you can give it out. Non-conference road underdogs this year are 13-9 ATS, but only 9-13 straight up. A lot of sharps have been all over the Texans in this spot here. I don't know what your sharps have been saying. I don't know what you're hearing. What the fuck is going on here? Because my God, the Texans win one game against the Ravens. They beat a bullshit Titans team, and now we're gonna fucking start going back to the books and betting on them.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, it seems like that's how it's gone. Here's my fun stat that I found. Texans have lost 29 of their last 30 games as underdogs against the NFC.
Wait. Are you? No.
I swear to God.
Say that one more time. Because if it. No.
29 of their last 30 as underdogs against the NFC, they have lost. Losses as road underdogs against the NFC. 20 straight games. There you go. I'm not fighting in a game that I really don't have a great feeling on in general. And I'm like you. I'm not ready to declare the Texans back after beating a Ravens team that can't do anything, and a Titans team that's fired their coach. I'm Seattle or nothing for me anyway. But after that stat, I can't do much more than that.
You know what's crazy? If you parlay the Tampa Bay Bucks +6 and Seattle money line, it's 2-1.
Well,
I'm gonna get ahead of this line because I have a feeling one of these numbers is gonna climb. I'm gonna get ahead of this and bet it. But we're 2 hours in. We got through all the games. Holy hell! We didn't fight as bad again. Every time I think we're gonna fight, we just never do. But
maybe it'd be better for you because I've been sucking. So
maybe. I don't know. Again, the games I thought we were gonna fight, I was like, wow, my sides are like, I'm defending dog shit. Like, do I really?
We're 2 hours in. I'll go quick. Fade the Rams. Bet the Niners. Bet the spread on the Bucks. Put your mortgage on the Broncos.
Best bet, Denver Broncos for me. I endorse what Mansman said. My dog of the week. If you're disgusting like I am, bet the Dolphins. Under 45.5 for the Raiders Chiefs game. I have a feeling that's going to be dog shit. Bet the over in the international game. It's been profitable this year. Fade the Niners and back a Falcons team that's actually a little competent. Although, on the other hand, when you listen to Mansman, he sounds a lot better than I do. But that's where we're at. We're going to see how it goes. I got nothing left to say. Thank you, DeGents, for listening in. I am Steve, Big Bucks of Beta. ...
Signing off.
My co-host, my partner in gambling, it is Jason Money Mansman. We are having a good night. Thank you, DeGents. As always, we will say, go win.
Make that motherfucking money.
Have a good night. Oh boy.